Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Doug here, bringing you our next episode, the Showdown for Lantern Year 1 of Kingdom Death Monsters Season 2, where we have currently our new characters going out. We have Constantine, Percival, Annabelle, and Shara. They have just left the colony. They each have 2 survival. I had that discussion with somebody, and that is correct. They all have. Everybody, even Constantine has 2 survival because I named him. Otherwise, he would have had 1. But everybody's got 2 survival to spend. They're ready with their cool weapons. Percival has the bone axe, and the only one that doesn't have any special gear or any new gear is Constantine, who's going out with a founding stone and cloth armor. Annabelle has bone dagger, founding stone, cloth armor. And Shara has bone darts, founding stone, and cloth armor, while our guy Percival has, and this is Percival way back here with Shara, who has the darts. Because I'm thinking, so here's how things ended up. We ended up with some terrain. We have some tall grass, which hides us, keeps us from being... I'll show you that, actually. Let's pull out the card and talk about the tall grass as we go into Showdown. Now, I won't go into this every single time, but I thought I'd go into it this time. Survivors in the tall in spaces occupied by tall grass gain +2 evasion. And as an action, if you are standing in a space occupied by tall grass, you disappear into it. If you have the priority target token, remove it. You are not a threat until you attack or move out of the space occupied by tall grass. So right now we have some evasion bonuses if it chooses to attack us, and it's going to go first. We also had a couple of acanthus plants, which I strategically positioned next to the tall grass so we could grab them. Basically, we pull them out, we could get some... if we have a sickle, we get to roll better, but we don't. We get to potentially get some fresh acanthus, which is awesome because it can help us in the community. And then there's some debris that we can scavenge. It's way back there. It's got to be on the board edge. So I put it back here so that if the lion comes this way, which is highly likely, then Shara can run back there, grab it, and possibly still be in range with the bone darts, depending on where the lion ends up. So we're going to get into our showdown. Now remember, a couple of us already have some injuries on us, which kind of sucks because of some things that we encountered along the way while hunting the white lion. But here we are, and we're going to get started with the white lion's first action. And as always, the first thing that we do is we draw a card. Now, in this card, just go over that real quick because this will be the first time in this season we've encountered a full level 1 white lion. There's going to be 7 basic AI cards and 3 advanced AI cards, which means some will be tougher. This is a basic one, for example. See the bee up in the corner? This is Combo Claw. This is Pick a Target, closest threat facing in range. Now, just because they're in the tall grass does not mean they're not a threat. Remember, they have to take an action to disappear into it. Closest threat in field of view, which is actually anyone, and no target sniff. So Percival is going. Shara was going to make herself the monster controller for the first turn, and have the lion come at her. Again, the reason for this was because first off, she gets a +2 evasion because she's in the tall grass, but she's going to dart away anyway. We don't have dash yet, but she does have encourage. We're going to dart away anyway to get that debris way up at the top. So here we are. Now it's going to move. So the first thing it's going to do is pick priorities. It does have people in field of view, so it can go after them. It's not going to sniff. Now if we all disappear in the grass, it could do that. And then it says move to accuracy 4 plus and 1 damage. So it's going to move and attack right now. Let's do that. Not move 2, but that's speed 2. So it's going to be able to move. A white lion at this grouping is level 1 is 6 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll move right up to there. It's going to attack Shara. Now again, the good news is Shara is in the tall grass, which gives her a +2 evasion just for being in it. And that means that the lion needs 6s to be able, with this attack, to be able to hit her. And she's got 2 survival, so she can dodge one of these. Or both of them, really, but I don't want to waste all the survival if I can avoid it. Let's see. Oh, man, 2 1s. Hey, Polly, I did it again. 2 1s on the lion's attack. It missed completely against Shara. and that will, of course, end its turn. So it says, if the attack deals damage more than once, draw another AI card, but it didn't, and it does not have a lost hand. So that's the end of that. Didn't do any damage, which is fantastic. Now we get to rush in and beat this thing down. So, well, you know, so does the call? I don't remember the tall grass. Does it block line of sight? I'm trying to remember. I don't think it does. Do not believe it does. It's only if you're in it. I'm going to have to look that up real quick, but I don't think that as an obstacle it blocks line of sight. Anyway, let's deal with what we know we can do first. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for her, and she's going to dive in there and attack the white lion. That is Annabelle. She's going to attack the white lion. Nope, you know that? Let's take that back. Okay, first off, we're moving on to the player's turns. First up's got to be Percival, because he's got the bone axe. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can get right behind him there and attack him in that position. And we're going to attack with the bone axe. The bone axe does 2 speeds. So we're going to roll 2 dice. It needs a 6+, or 5+, because we're in the rear in its blind spot, and it does... it has a strength of 3, so it's really powerful for us. Most powerful weapon we have currently. And it's savage, so once per attack, if we critically wound, we can cause an additional wound. Well, we'll hope. Okay, let's roll some dice and see what we do. Okay, well, we're going to roll 2 dice with Percival with the bone axe on the back of the lion. Let's see what we get. We got 2 hits. I mean, it's not too hard to hit with that right now. I mean, he needs, like I said, he only needs 5s to hit. So he succeeded in hitting with both those. So we're going to draw 2 hit locations. Let's see what they are. We're going to have the fleshy gut. Let me back up so you can see this better. So we drew the fleshy gut and the beast's scapular deltoid. The first thing we're going to do is hit on the fleshy gut because it won't make it run away. And if we do fail, it does a basic action back. But hopefully we can crit that one. That would be phenomenal, because that would really be helpful to us. So let's roll and see what we get on the fleshy gut. We got an 8. We did not critical, but we did wound it. So that means we did not have the failure effect. If we had critical, we would have gotten some great stuff. Anyway, this is going to get discarded in the hit location pile. And we have done our very first point of damage. So we're going to take this AI card and put it in the wound stack. And then we're going to roll against the beast scapular deltoid. Now we don't really want to miss here because it's going to cause us a lot of grief if it does. And we rolled a 6, so we just hit, remember, with the bone axe. It has a strength of 3 against a toughness of 8. So we succeeded. We did not critical, but we succeeded in hitting it. So it does not get the failure effect. So that again goes into here, and we do our second wound already to the white lion. That was an awesome start for Percival. Man, what a good job, Percival. All right. Now, that was his wallop with the bone axe there. So that's the end of his go. Now I think we can do, we'll do Annabelle next, because she's another one that can do some serious damage. She's got the bone dagger. So she's here. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and come in behind him as well. Now, she's got the bone dagger. The bone dagger, let's take a look at that, is a little less, not quite as good, but it does have a bonus on a perfect hit. And it does 3 dice, so we're going to have 3 dice to hit. We're going to do a 7 or better, so in this case, since she's behind him, it's a 6 or better. And it does 1 strength. So that's going to mean we need 7s or better to wound it. So the dagger's not quite as good at wounding, but it's still not bad, and it's got 3 attempts. So let's see what we get. Well, we got 2 hits on it right there. That's a 10 and 8. Perfect hit. There is something that says on a perfect hit. On a perfect hit, gain +1 survival. Well, we actually have the ability. Remember, our settlement can have up to survival of 4. So she did get a perfect hit, and that means that Annabelle now has a survival of 3 for this event. That is really, really good. So maybe she can draw some of the attention of the lion and use her dodges and stuff like that. But in the meantime, we still hit twice. Let's draw our 2 cards and see what we get. Well, we get the Beast's Heel. You clip there's no negative effects, so we're going to do that one first, and then we'll do the Beast's Chest, and we'll see what those do as they become a problem. So let's focus in and roll some dice. Okay, first one on the beast's heel. A 5. I don't think that's going to do it. But there was no ill effect for missing. So we didn't, I don't think we missed. Let me look at this again. So she's got the bone dagger against an 8. So she needs 7. So yeah, she needs 7 to wound it. So we did not get the beast's heel, which unfortunately has a persistent injury. It would have been really nice to get that. And then we are going to roll again for the beast's chest. This one we want to make sure we get a 7. So I think we just did it. We did. We succeeded in wounding him. So we don't have this failure effect with the 7. That means that's going to go there, and we're going to do our 3rd wound. We're doing pretty good on this dude already. Has a nice bit of damage we got going on there. Okay, well, let's continue on. I think we're going to do Shara next. Well, since we're on Shara, she's right here. What she's going to do is she's going to first attack the lion with her founding stone, not the bone darts. The founding stone, because it's got 2 dice. Now, it doesn't have as good a strength as the darts, but well, I guess it doesn't. Well, we only get 1 die with the founding stone, or with the bone darts. So here are the bone darts, and I'm thinking she can hit with the founding stone and run back out of the grass, or disappear into the grass. Well, she has to do an action to do that. But anyway, there's the bone darts. I could do that and just try and hit it for. It's got a strength of 3, so it's more likely to actually do a wound. Or I could do 2 dice with the founding stone and have a less chance of doing a wound. I think we'll do the dart. We're going to throw the bone dart, so it's just going to be 1 die. Let's see if she hits. A 9. She actually does hit. Unfortunately, there's no luck bonus there, so it's just a hit. So we're going to draw a hit location. See what we get. We're going to get the beast's brow. Now, if we wound it, it gets mad. It says, snarling, the monster swats at the attacker. The attacker suffers 1 brain damage and perform a basic action. Okay, well, let's see if she wounds it. Now, because she used the bone dart, she needs a, it's a toughness of 8. The bone darts have a strength of 3, so we need 5s. And she did. She did wound it, so it is going to do 1. It roars at her, snarls, and then it swipes at her. So we're going to do a basic action against Annabelle. I'm sorry, Shara. So here we go. Let's do that. I'm going to put this aside for the moment. We are going to do our damage. So we do 1 AI card in damage. That means that we have now done 4 points of damage to this critter already. That's pretty good. And then we do have to take the brain damage from Shara. So she had 1 insanity point. So she is down to 0. So she doesn't have anything protecting her brain anymore. And it's going to do a basic attack. Now, if you recall, its basic attack is this. Its closest target in field of view. Well, it's going to attack the attacker. That's what it says to do. So it's going to, doesn't need to move, so it's just going to roll 2 dice, needs a 2 hit, and does 1 point of damage on each hit. See what we get. Well, 2 2s, which are both hits, because that's exactly what it needs. So really poor hits, but hits nonetheless. So I think what she'll do is we'll roll the locations, see what happens. She has some armor. We might be able to avoid some of this damage. Let's see what she gets. A head and a hand. Well, she has no armor in the head. She's going to use her point of survival, or one of her 2 points of survival. It should be 2, not 1. So she'll be down to 1 now. To dodge that attack. Oh, wait. She can't. This was a reaction to her. So, shoot. She took a head wound, which means she's automatically knocked down because it is a black, thicker box, which means it's a tougher injury. And then she took the other one in the arms, so she has no armor there, so she took a light injury in the arms. And unfortunately, that means she is knocked down. So our thought of her running back to get the stuff is not going to work this turn, so she gets knocked down. Now, she will not be able to get back up until the end of the beast's turn, which isn't terrible because she can just lay there and do nothing for the turn. She won't be a target for the lion. Okay, next up we do have Constantine. Now, we don't want to leave this acanthus plants, these acanthus plants doing nothing. So he's simply going to move up to here, and he's going to try and get this acanthus plant. So let's see what we have there. We just roll a d10. Here's the card. We're going to roll a d10 and see what we get with that. We got a 2, so it's not going to be very good. Something bites you, suffer 1 arm damage, and archive this terrain. Well, that is no bueno, so this goes away. That sucks. And Constantine takes an arm damage. Everybody, oh, he already had 1. Well, Yeah, he already had an arm damage, so that was a big hit. He fell over. Oh, that hurt him badly. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow, we can't take a lot of hits from this stuff because we already had some damage on us. Well, anyway, that is the end of the player's turns. So we are going to go. Now, we had a great round against the Lion, but it's not even close to over yet. We have quite a few cards left. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 AI cards plus the one discarded and his basic attack action. So we still have quite a bit to do to bring this thing down. And we're going to go into his next turn. So I'm going to draw his next AI card. Okay, here we go. The White Lion is going to do a terrifying roar. Okay, all non-deaf survivors. No target sniff. Okay, that's fine. We're not going to react to this. Nothing needs to be done here. We're going to roll a d10 per target. If the result is a 2+ or higher than that target's courage, the target suffers 1 brain damage per monster level. So this is a monster level 1. And knockback 6. Now, that's pretty bad. Let's see. I don't think any of the guys on the board have any courage, so this is going to happen. Well, it says on a 2+, if the result is 2+ higher than the target's courage. So it means that if it's higher than 2 at this point, because they don't have any additional courage. I'm just looking to make sure. Oh, wait, no, Shara actually has a point of courage, and Annabelle actually has 2. So for Annabelle, it's going to be 4. So we'll start with Constantine. He's already knocked down. Oh, I take it back. He is, yeah, he's already knocked down way over here. And is he in range? It just says all non-deaf survivors, so they don't have to be in range. All right, let's start rolling some dice. Okay, now let's roll for Constantine. A 1. He actually does not take any of this. So it says target suffers 1 brain damage and knockback. So he doesn't suffer any of that, even though he's already knocked down. Now these two are in their blind spots, so they cannot be. It doesn't say that. It just says all non-deaf survivors. So that's both of these two. So we'll go on next to Percival. Let's see. Percival, oh, he does take it. Unfortunately, he takes a brain damage. He didn't have any. He had no insanity, so he took 1 brain damage, and then he gets knocked back 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we got next up. We got Annabelle, who's right next to him. Let's see what we can get with her. A 6. So wait. Annabelle has. It's a 4. That's unfortunate. She was the least likely. So, however, she does have a sanity, so I'm going to erase that sanity point, or insanity rather. She loses her 1 insanity point that was protecting her, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we have Shara, who's in the grass there. She's already knocked down. She does have a courage as well, and a 3. It did not actually affect her because she had a point of courage. It's 2+. So, that means it needed, well, does that mean it needed 3+? Let me look at this again just to be sure. If the result is 2+ and is higher than the courage, so no, it did not affect her. That is pretty awesome. It did not affect her, even though she's down. Well, that marks the end of the lion's turn, actually. That's all it does. Oh, wait, hold on, that's not true. Then it says perform a basic action, target the furthest survivor in range. Okay, well, so we're going to target either... I guess Shar is still the monster controller. I need to move that next turn. But anyway, it's going to come here. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll move right to these guys. And I think we'll have it attack Percival. Since he hasn't done it, he's got 2 survival and can take the hit. This is on the critter's turn, so he can actually dodge it. It's going to be a basic attack, so it needs 2s or better. Let's see what it does. 2 and 8, so it hit both times. Let's see where it hits. It'll make a difference on whether or not he wants to dodge them. Head and torso. So he has no head armor, so he is definitely going to dodge. He's going to burn a point of survival. So one of his 2 points of survival is going to be burnt doing a dodge on the lion. So he does not get hit in the head. And then on the body, he'll just take that because he has a point of armor. So what that means is he will lose his point of armor from his rawhide vest. And get that. Now he has a point of evasion too, so I got to think about that. Did the 4 actually hit? He was not in the grass yet. He just has 1. No, he doesn't have the evasion yet from the rawhide armor, so that's not true. But anyway, he just lost the point of armor in his torso. That's going to end the lion's turn. That was a pretty beefy turn for the lion, though. He did a lot there. Okay, now the last thing that happens on their turn is these guys stand up. They're back in action. And I hope we do get to that debris. What's the range on the bone darts? The range on the bone darts is 6. So we could actually hit the lion there, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got to move up 1. We're probably going to throw a dart. We want to damage this thing as much as possible. Okay, well, that being said, we're going to start taking our players' turns. I think the monster... So we're going to move the monster controller over to Constantine this turn. He is the next up. And we're not going to go with him. Let me see. Can he get in behind... 1, 2, 3, 4. He can get in behind the lion here as well. But we're definitely going to have Percival go 1, 2... Well, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll just attack from the side. Don't want to do that yet, though. He's young and impulsive, so he doesn't know the nuances of battle quite yet, so he's going to do that. He's going to rush in and drive his founding stone into this critter and see what he gets. His founding stone is needs a 7 or better. He's at the side, so he needs a 7 or better. Let's see what he gets. A 5, so he actually ran in and missed the lion. Oh, well. Okay, well, that's that. So next up, I think Percival's the right guy. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get in its blind spot. Come around the backside with the bone axe. We're going to roll 2 dice with the bone axe. As you know, that's a pretty beefy device, so let's go take a look at that. Okay, here's the bone axe again. 2, needs a 6 or better, which means he needs a 5 or better because he's behind, has a strength of 3. So let's roll his 2 dice. Well, he only got 1 hit, actually. That's interesting. So we're going to do 1 hit on that. It is going to be to the flank. So if we wound it, the monster is very upset and the attacker gains a priority target. So I don't mind that so much. He's still got a point of survival and can dodge if he's attacked by the lion on its turn. So let's roll. He needs a... Now, from a strength perspective, the strength is 3, so we need a 5 or better to wound it. And we got an 8. We did not critical, but we did wound. So that means he does get a priority target token. Let's discard that. And we're going to discard another AI token. So the lion is quite angry with our guy, and he's going to get the priority target token on Percival. Again, I'm not too upset about that. That's okay. I'm looking for the additional card that goes along with that. I think it's on the table already. Yeah, it is. Okay. This came in the 1.5 edition, so I just want to point it out. I did use it last time, but this shows what a priority target token does. So we'll put that right out here with Percival, since he has it. Okay. Well, so this is interesting because Annabelle can't, because of where Percival is, she could get around this side, but she can't get around behind it. So I think what we'll do is, yeah, well, she's got the better attack, so she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And she'll attack it from the side. And she can't go through him to get back to here. She'd have to go around him, so that's not going to work. Anyway, that means that she's going to get 3 dice. Now, she will need a 7 to hit because the dagger that she has, the bone dagger, only has has an accuracy of 7. So she needs 7s or better to hit. Let's see what she gets. That didn't help. So she got 1 hit on the lion with the dagger. Let's see what it is. It is in the strange hand. Now here's where we could really use a critical. And if we fail, it instinctively strikes back. So let's hope we don't fail. Let's see, is there anything else? No, I think that's all we can do. Okay, we're trying to hit this thing in the hand and see if we can do some damage. We rolled a 9. God, I wish you had some luck. That would be awesome. Just checking the dagger. Yeah, it just does the extra survival on a perfect hit. So we did hit, which means it doesn't have the failure effect. So we're going to put that in a pile. And we're going to do one more AI card. We're really, he's only got 4 total, 5 cards left. Well, that's not too bad. It's not enough yet. But we're doing some good damage to him. So now I think, next up, we're just going to have her... Man, guys, do I have her go back and try and get that stuff? Could be worth it. Oh, let's take a chance, guys. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 back to here. We're going to try and get this debris out of here and roll a d10. Let's see what we get. Come on, roll well, roll well. A 9, another 9. That's awesome. 7 to 9. Find useful gear. Gain 1 Bone Blade gear card and archive this terrain. Wow, so we're going to archive the terrain, but we found a Bone Blade that we don't have to make. That is so awesome. Okay, well, here's the Bone Blade, and it does 2 dice, needs a 6+, has 2 strength. It's frail as well. Anyway, that is going to go on Shara's chart, her gear grid. So now she's got the darts, the founding stone, and a Bone Blade. That was a nice free find. It may cost us, though, because it cost us perhaps a hit on the actual lion. So we'll see, though. We'll see, because now it's back to the lion's turn. Alright, well, let's see what this crazy critter does now. Bloodthirsty, this is a mood. It says when this comes into play, draw an AI card. Okay, when the survivor suffers damage for any reason, place 1 token on Bloodthirsty. At the start of each monster turn, if Bloodthirsty has 3 tokens, remove all tokens and perform a basic action. This is a good time for this to come out, because that is like taking a wound for him almost. And then we get this Grasp. Oh, I hate Grasp. Closest knockdown survivor in range. None of them are knocked down. Closest survivor in range. That's going to be either Constantine or Annabelle. Annabelle has 3 survival. I think we're going to target Annabelle because she can dodge the heck out of that. We're going to move. It's going to move and attack. So it's basically going to spin on her and attack her with the Grasp ability. Now again, this is the lion's attack, so she can use her survival to dodge this, and I can promise you we will. Which means that we won't do it. So basically, how this works is there's a break here. Then we're going to do the attack. She can choose now. We're going to avoid this grab because we'll avoid the whole attack. So let's roll and see if he hits. Well, he did. He actually got a perfect hit, which doesn't matter in the scheme of things. But she is going to spend her survival, 1 of her 3 survival, to man, that dagger helped out already because now she still has 2 survival left. She is going to spend 1 survival to dodge. That means that she now still has 2 survival to deal with things, and she avoided the attack altogether, so the lion basically didn't do anything. Just basically tried to swipe her and grab her, failed, and then she dodged out of the way. Good job, Annabelle. Alright, well, that ends the lion's attack. We're doing really good. He doesn't have any AI cards, so when he takes a wound, we're going to be taken from these 3 here. And that means we're doing a really good job on this. This has been an easier fight than actually the prologue fight. Of course, I set ourselves up better, set ourselves up more for success. So I think we're going to use Shara to continue, and maybe she'll go grab that other acanthus, see if we can get something out of that. In the meantime, we're going to have, let's see, we're going to have, okay, so the monster controller is going to move to Percival. Percival, can he get behind him? I think we're going to have to do 1, 2. We're going to move Constantine first. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, take it back. I want him to not be. I want him to get out of the way so they can get to the back of the line. The people with the better weapons. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She can't get behind him from that direction. She has to go the other direction. So I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll do that. He'll go to there and attack the lion from there. If the lion turns his back on it, makes it easier for the other 2. He is going to attack with his founding stone, so he needs a 7 or better. And he's at the side, so he doesn't get any bonus. And he rolled a 3, so he missed again. He hasn't hit yet. He's going to go back to the settlement going, I'm a loser. I can't hit anything. Then we're going to go to Percival. Okay, so Percival is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the rear and hit with his bone axe. He's got 2 dice. Let's see if he can manage it. 9 and a 5, so I think that's going to be, let me see, it's a strength 3, so he needs 5s. So he had 2 hits. He does not have any luck, so that isn't, it doesn't matter. It's only on wounding. So he hit twice. That is good. Let's hope. We haven't run into the trap yet, so I called it last time. I didn't call it this time. Beast's Ear. White Lion jumps back without turning. Move the monster 1 space directly away from the attacker. cancel all unresolved hits. I think we'll do this one first because this one does a full move. So we're going to do the Beast's Ear. Now remember, we have a strength of 3, so you know, the Bone Axe has had a normal hit of 6 plus 1 for him hitting from the rear, so he hit both times. But we need right now we need 5s to wound it. So hopefully we wound it. Again, I think we're going to do. Sorry, I think we're going to do the Beast's Ear first. Yep. Okay, here we go. Beast's Ear. Oh, we criticaled. Oh my god, I hope that was in camera. I think it was. We critically hit the Beast's Ear. That is outstanding. Okay, I don't know what that does yet, but it says cancel the reflex. That's good. The force of the blow damages the White Lion's ear. It's now partially deaf. White Lion gains a -1 accuracy token. That is awesome, so we're going to take care of that. But we're also going to take another AI card and put it in the wound stack and go get that -1 accuracy token. There it is. So it's going to go right here. So that means that the lion now needs an additional 1 to hit. Okay, so that was the first of the 2. Now we have the beast's back. Hopefully we at least wound it. We need a 5 or better. A 2. Oh, we failed. Okay, well, let's see. This was going to do something bad. Full move the monster forward in a straight line. Cancel all hits out of the range. Any survivor passed over is grabbed. That is going to be Annabelle. So she is going to get grabbed because this is not the lion's turn. Well, it's also not her turn. I think she can use, as long as it's not her turn, she can use survival. I'm going to double check that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. She may be dodging this one too. Let me check. I'm going to rule that Annabelle cannot actually dodge this, right? Because she can only dodge as a reaction to a hit. This is not a hit. So it just grabs. So it is going to move. I'll move her out of the way for a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She is going to be here and knocked down. She's going to take 1 point of damage. Let's see where she takes the damage. In the torso, well, that's not terrible for Annabelle. She does not have any damage in the body currently, so she takes 1 light wound. And she's basically over there in the corner. She's okay. It's not the end of the world. Hopefully we can kill this guy and be done with it. I don't know if we can, though, because he moved out of range of our attacks in that sequence. However, that was... we've done 2 characters so far. Okay, we've done, yeah. So I think the other one I think I want to do is I might encourage her because it was still her turn. I could encourage her to get up. Let me think about that. Okay, so Percival feels bad. He's going to spend, actually no, Constantine, who has been useless, is going to do something useful. Spend 1 of his survival to encourage, or we all have encourage because we got that in our setup from last turn from our endeavors. Going down to 1, and that allows her to stand up, and what she's going to do then is move around its backside and attack it. So she'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it was her action. She was the last, she would have been the last one to go. Actually, we still have our girl Shara to go, but this would have been the next action. And then she's going to attack it with her dagger. Remember, she gets 3 dice to hit it. And she is going to, she needs a 6 or better with the bone dagger. Yeah, 6 or better. So she gets, oh, she got 2 perfect hits. By the way, that means she goes up to, and a miss. So she gets 2 hits on it. Those perfect hits, because of the bone dagger, gain her a survival. Now what that means is she had dropped down to 2. Our survival limit in our settlement is 4, so she now has 4 survival. This weapon and her hands has been really, really good. And we're going to draw 2 hit locations, hopefully not the trap. We didn't draw the trap. Good. Okay. And we're going to see what we get. So we're going to have the beast's ribs. This has a reflex on a wound. If the attacker has 3 understanding, the sound of cracking ribs encourages it. Okay, we're going to do this one because it's not really going to do anything if we miss. Okay, so let's roll for the beast's ribs first. She rolled a 7. I do believe that is going to work because it has a, yes, it has a toughness of 8. Oh, I also need to put a token down on the bloodthirsty. Just, I'll remember to do that in a moment because she took a wound. It says anytime a survivor suffers a wound for any reason. So I thought it was just an attack, but now looking at it again, I got to put a token down. Anyway, on a perfect hit, again, no, so 1 strength. So she did actually hit it with the bone dagger on the first hit. That's going to get rid of that, and it does have a reaction on a wound. So let's take a look at that. If the attacker has, okay, she would have gained a survival, but she didn't, so that goes away. And then we have the Beast's Paw. Now, we don't want to fail on this one, so let's see what we do. I'm going to go get that token and put it on the Bloodthirsty card before I forget it. Okay, and there you have the Bloodthirsty token that we had to put out. Now let's roll for the wound on this Beast's Paw. Come on! An 8. That is going to succeed. So she did not fail, which is good. That goes in there, and we take the last of the AI cards. We only need to do 1 point of damage. Unfortunately, Ombre is going to get a basic attack next turn because he is going to go. Unfortunately, the only card he has left is his basic attack action. That's great. Now, there's no way for me to get Shara in range, so what she's going to do is she's going to move up to here and pick up the Acanthus plant that's there. Can you see her? You can, though the board has gotten rather spread out. We're going to take this Acanthus plant. She's going to roll a d10. She rolled a 3. That wasn't much better than before. I think that's bad. No, it's not as bad. We find nothing and we archive the terrain. So the Acanthus plants didn't do us any good. That's unfortunate. And that is the end of the player's turn. So now we're going to go to the lion. So the lion is going to choose the closest survivor in field of view. Well, that is actually not Annabelle, because right now she is in his blind spot. So that will be Constantine right here. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here and attack Constantine with a basic attack. It's going to be 2 dice. Constantine still has 1 survival left, so he can dodge an attack against a hit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now it just needs 2 pluses. He's got 1 point in the waist. We'll see what happens. Oh, he got hit twice. So we're going to get hit twice. He's going to get hit twice in the torso and the waist. So, okay, well, that's not bad. This is okay. Here's his sheet. Let me just show you what's going on with him. He did have a damage in the arms from that event that we took. So basically, he loses the point of armor in his waist. That just takes out the cloth armor that he had in his waist. And then he gains a light injury in his body. And that ends the lion's turn. That's it. This lion is about down for the count. We're in pretty good shape here. So, yeah, we're going to kill it right now, I think. And we're going to start, I believe, let's... Let's start with, okay, well, the monster control card is going to go to Annabelle. She's up next as that person. So, you know, this priority target token, I forgot about that. Darn it. That might have changed some of the outcomes of this thing, because Percival had that. He was too far away to attack. Nah, okay, well, obviously we blew that, so I'm going to let that go. I'm sorry I missed that. I forgot about the token. I don't know if it would have changed much, because I think when he moved off that way, it was a reaction. It wasn't a pick a target. He just ran in the direction. And we haven't had that many rounds where he's... I don't know. I may have screwed that up. If I did, I apologize. I forgot the priority target. He should have been attacking Percival, which actually would have been preferable, because Percival can take some hits still. So I was penalizing myself. Anyway, she's going to go back here. She'll go to, yeah, right here and attack the lion with the bone dagger. Let me clear some dice off. That is going to be 3 dice. She needs, what she needs? 6s to hit. She got 2 hits. That is awesome. Let's see what the hit locations do. It's about time we get the trap. I'm concerned we did not get the trap. Wow, that is awesome. Okay, so we got the Beast's Maw and the Beast Temple. They both have a failure. This one just does a basic attack. So we're going to do the Beast Temple first, because if we hit it, it is dead. Let's go do that. Okay, let's go in at that Beast Temple and kill it. Come on, a 10! Oh, she criticaled in the last hit. It's dead anyway, but does that do something? The blow wallops the white lion's head, causing shockwaves of blinding pain. Persistent injury is not going to matter. Whenever the lion draws an AI card, you roll a d10 on a 1 or 2, it would have resulted in him not doing anything, just shaking his head. But this took out his last AI card, his basic attack. So we did not have to do this attack. The white lion dropped. Man, that was easy compared to the prologue white lion. Just we got luckier, I think, at some of the hits in that. We had pretty good. I think the only thing I messed up on, I don't know how badly it would have affected anything, is the priority token, because he would have lost the priority token after he was attacked. Anyway, so it might have resulted in one extra attack against him, which she could have survived. So again, I'm sorry for that. I missed it. My bad. Really nothing I can do to correct that at this point. If it did result in him taking an extra damage, he still would have been okay. Anyway, because remember, one of the cards was the Roar, and it hit everybody and knocked everybody back. It actually, I think, it put Percival out of range for a bit, too. I don't remember. Anyway, that's the way it's going to end. So we're going to end it there. Let's get our resources out and our rewards. Check the rewards that we're going to get. On victory, everybody gets 1 hunt experience. That means Constantine is going to go to 1. He's just going to have 1, but all the rest of them are going to 2, which makes a difference, because that means that they are going to, we're going to do the age story event like immediately for each one of those, and we'll do that now. But let's finish off. We'll just finish off the rest of the rewards. We're going to gain a weapon proficiency, but they don't have that yet. They will get it with the age. We'll see if that works out for them. And then we're going to get the rewards, the 4 basic resources, 4 lion resources. Okay, so we had already had some resources because of the event of killing the white lion cub. We had these already. We had the love juice, this weird organ that can be anything, the monster organ, and the monster bone. So we'll put those aside right there. Then we're going to get 4 additional resources from the lion resources. Just do a quick shuffle and go 1. What do we get? We get the lion testes again. We get a cat bone, and a cat bone. That's not bad. 3 great cat bones and some lion parts. And then we're going to get out the generic resources, the basic resources here, and get 4 of those as well. Give them a quick shuffle. So we're going to end up with coming back with quite a bit of resources as our survivors gather around and slaughter and take out the parts of the white lion. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see what we get from that. We're going to get some monster bones, some monster hide. Good, we needed hide. Some more love juice and some hide. Good, we got some hide. That means we can endeavor. Or build something. I was really concerned we weren't going to be able to do as much. Okay, but remember, Annabelle, Percival, and Shara all got the next benefit of age from their hunt experience. So I think we do that immediately. I'm going to double check that. Let me check that. I'll be right back. Alright, here's the age chart. We are going to do this. So here's how this works. It says gain the benefit for the hunt XP milestone you have reached. Okay, we have. So 3 of our people, we'll start with Percival, have reached this milestone. Now, what does that mean for us? We're going to, 1, gain a weapon proficiency. So here's Percival, and here's a sheet. Well, we know that he has a bone axe. So we're going to take the weapon proficiency of axe. Now, he doesn't get a point in it because he didn't have that until this moment. So in the future, when he successfully uses his axe, we're going to get, per hunt, we'll get to check off one of these boxes. Eventually he can become specialized or master it if he lives long enough to do that. Therein lies the rub. Okay, then we're going to roll a D. Was it 2d10 here on this chart? It says available weapon types. Axe, bow, we already figured that out. You may select a weapon type for a weapon proficiency if you wound a monster with the selected weapon type. Well, everybody wounded their monster except Constantine. He wasn't going to get one anyway. So we did that. Now we're going to go on to his first level roll here. We're going to roll 2d10. It's not a d100. I think just 2d10 and see what he gets. Hopefully he gets a good one. That was cocked. Oh, a 15. What does that give him? Gain +1 permanent accuracy. Okay, so that means that when he aged up, he gained 1 accuracy. That is fantastic. That is Percival. So let's move on then to Annabelle. Now, Annabelle is going to take the proficiency. Man, does she want to take Dagger? I guess so, since that's what she's using. She's going to take Dagger as her proficiency. I don't know if you can see that it is marked. And then we're going to roll 2d10 and see what she gets. She gets, okay, 12? Yeah, 12. So a 12 is going to give her 1 random fighting art. Okay, let's go take a look at that. Here are the fighting arts. I'm going to give them a shuffle. I don't think I've shuffled these since I've added the new stuff in, so we're going to give it a quick shuffle and get her a fighting art. And basically, we record it and then archive it because there's only 1 card for each fighting art. But what I like to do is if only one person has it, I just give them the card if we're playing. And so that's the way that's going to work. Let's do a little more shuffling. And then, let's see, we'll draw a fighting art. What does she get? She gets Tumble. This looks like something good for someone who fights with daggers. It's a fighting art. When something would collide with you, roll a d10 on a result of 6+, you successfully tumble out of harm's way instead. Place your survivor standing on the closest free space off the collision path. Okay. Well, we're going to get that. She has the fighting art of tumble. It's not the greatest one, but it'll work. Tumble. And that is going to be Annabelle. She got the fighting art. Okay. Then we go to Shara. Now, Shara, she had, I think, she's going to stick. I was trying to figure out someone to be a support person, and I think it's going to be Shara. So I could have her specialize in the bone blade, but she's not. She's going to go with darts, I think. Can we do darts? I think so. Dagger, fist and tooth, greater guitar, shields. So axe, bow, club, dagger, fist and tooth, grand what? No, we can't. But I guess then she'll go. I don't have to pick a weapon. You may not select a weapon type for a weapon proficiency if you wound them on. Yeah, we can select any weapon. It's just whether or not we wound with it. So I think, hopefully, that kind of bites. I could give her the bone blade, which is a what? What is the dart? Are the darts considered? They're considered thrown, and the bone blade is considered a sword. Does it say thrown? No. Okay. So bow, so sword. I guess we'll take sword since she's got the bone blade. We'll keep it, and she'll use that. Even though she might end up a support person, I can always change it. It just there's a penalty for doing that. You lose any proficiencies you gain with it. Okay. Then she's going to roll on the chart. 18. Wow. Okay. So that is going to be a +1 permanent accuracy again. So 2 permanent accuracies and 1 random fighting art were gained this turn. That's pretty good. I'm really happy that Annabelle got that. That's awesome. There are a lot of fighting arts in the game, and that basically wraps up the age thing. So that's going to wrap up the showdown. They gain that, and they gained all the rewards. We got a lot of stuff to go back to camp with. So in the next episode, we'll start with Lantern. We'll be heading into Lantern Year 2 as the survivors return to the encampment, which I have yet to name. I will name it by the next video. I was just waiting to see if more people made any suggestions or voted one up or something like that. So we can name the settlement. It is technically the named settlement of something. We just don't know what it is yet. Okay, guys, that is going to end this episode. That was a good episode. Nice, good, fast showdown with the White Lion. We took it out pretty quickly. Didn't take a lot of damage. Apologies for messing up on the priority token. That was my bad. Sitting right in front of me, just missed it as I was going. And, you know, it's funny. I was watching some people play this, actually, at a convention. And I was saying, looking at it as if I was pointing my camera, and I didn't say anything. I just watched him play, and I watched him make mistakes. I mean, you know, the beauty of not filming your mistakes is you oftentimes don't then remember them, and that's exactly what I saw. So, you know, if this was a case where everybody was sitting around a table, we probably would have caught it, and someone said, "Hey, don't forget the priority token," but it could have slipped by, and that's the way it goes with games and stuff. As long as we're having fun. And, you know, I don't think it would have really impacted Percival that much more. I think the outcome would have been very much the same regardless. So, guys, thanks so much. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying this season of Kingdom Death Monster as this new settlement that shall be named has grown and is starting to move forward. So, next time, I do think in the next showdown, if things go well in the settlement phase, we'll be going after the Gorm. That'll be interesting because I have not played that on the channel yet. So, in fact, I don't think I've played because I've only played. I haven't played it at all. I haven't played with that expansion at all. So maybe we'll go hunt that bad beast and see what we can do to it. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. We're going to have a Catorium up though, so it might be worth hunting another White Lion. We'll see. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next episode, which will be the settlement phase for Lantern Year 2 of this current Season 2 of our playthrough. Take care. Bye.